Hey guys, pre-algebra, lesson 1-4. We are starting on page 25, and we have quite a few vocab words. You don't need to write them all down in your notes, but I would like you to go through them with me in the book as we're going through. So first one we have is a coordinate system, and that is also known as a coordinate plane. Okay, so on page 25, about halfway down, the other one is a y-axis. So that's the vertical line. The vertical line, the origin. So that's smack dab in the middle of your graph. That is going to be at point 0, 0. There's the x-axis, which is the horizontal line. So y-axis goes straight up. X-axis goes horizontal. And that point of intersection where my arms are, that's going to be your origin, point 0, 0. Okay, and then we have what's called an ordered pair. We have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. So I'm going to write those down here. So first off, we have x, y. So this is called an ordered pair. This whole thing is called an ordered pair. Okay, x, that right there, that is your x coordinate. X coordinate. And then the y, so the second number in your ordered pair is a y coordinate. Okay, x coordinate, y coordinate, and that whole thing in the parentheses is called your ordered pair. All right? Okay. Now, then after that we have a graph. So when you graph an ordered pair, you're going to graph it in your plane. So if I were to graph, let's say 2, 3, so 2, 3. So that 2 right there is my x coordinate. The 3 right there is my y coordinate. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to go to the right 2, because to the right is positive and up is positive, and then down is negative and to the left is negative. So to the right 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. Plot my point, and that point right there, I'm going to highlight it with a different color, highlight it yellow. That point right there is 2, 3. Okay. This might be, I'm pretty sure this should be a review for you guys for last year, but this can get a little confusing when you graph some of your order pair, so just a little review right here. And then if we were to graph, let's say -2, 3, 3. So the -2 is your x-intercept. So we're going to go to the left 2, 1, 2, and then we have +3. So we're going to go up 3. So 1, 2, 3. My coordinate will be right there. Highlight that in green. Okay. And if I were to do, let's say, +2, -3. The +2 is my x coordinate. The -3 is my y coordinate. So I'm going to go to the right 2, 1, 2, and then down 3. 1, 2, 3. That's my coordinate there. Oops. That is 2, -3. And then for my final one, I'm going to have 2 negatives. So -2, -3. So my -2 is my x coordinate. So I would go to the left 2. And then -3 would be my y coordinate. So to the left 2, 1, 2, down 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's graphing some of your points there. Okay, so after doing that, let's get started with, oh, that was example one. That's pretty much what we were supposed to do in example one. Okay, so what I just did, this was example one in your book. Cool. Example one. All right, now we're going to move on to example number two. All right, example number two. Now we are identifying the ordered pairs. So I'm going to draw my XY coordinate plane. So X is your horizontal, and then Y is my vertical. Okay, so let's graph a couple points here. So point C, so we're going to start at the origin. So remember the origin is right here in the middle. The origin is 0, 0. And then, so we have, so point C. For point C, we are going to just go, plot that one real quick. I'm going to put some dashes on here. And we'll put a few points on here. I'm going to have a red dot, yellow dot, blue dot, pink dot, and one more. Let's do orange. All right, let's plot some of these points. Let's start with that blue one in the middle. So this blue one right here in the middle. Since that one is smack dab in the middle of the intersection point, the blue one is going to be 0, 0. All right, now let's start with the red one. So for the red one, it is on the y-axis. That means for the y, it's going to be 0. Or for the x, it's going to be 0. X will be 0. And then on the y-axis, we go up 2, 1, 2. So our y is going to be positive 2 because we went up. So 0, 2. Now let's plot the yellow one. So starting from the middle, let's start with our x. We go to the right, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2, 1, 2. So that is going to be 3, positive 3, positive 2. Now with the pink one, we're going to start at the origin, 0, 0, and we'll go with the x first, because that's our first number, our x coordinate first. So to the right, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for our y, we're going down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be positive 4. And then since we went down, that's going to be a negative 4. Positive 4, negative 4. All right, last one here, the orange one. So starting at the origin, 0. Now we have to go to the left. So that's going to be negative. So 1, 2, 3, negative 3 for our x, and then down. So it's also going to be negative. 1, 2, 3. So we have negative 3, negative 3, negative 3 for that orange coordinate right there. All right, so that was example 2, identifying your ordered pairs. Okay, let's move on to example 3 now. Okay, so example number 3. So we are on page 27. So we have a few new terms. We have a relation, we have a domain, and we have a range. And another name for a domain is called an input, and another name for range is output. So when we have a list of numbers here, of ordered pairs, so we have 0, 2 right here, we have 1, 4, 2, 5, and 3, 7. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make a table. I'm going to make a table here with X on the left side and Y on the right side. So the X is going to be your domain. Let's see. So X is my domain. That's always going to be true. Your Y is going to be your range. Okay? And remember, your domain is your input and your range is your output. Okay, so looking at the points that we were given, so 0, 2. So I'll put 0 as my X, 0 as my X, and then my Y is 2. 1, 4 for that second one. 1 will go in my X, 4 will go as my Y. The next one, the next ordered pair, 2, 5, 2 will go under the X, 5 will go under the Y. And then the last ordered pair, 3, 7, 3 will go under the X, 7 will go under the Y. Okay, and so now it says, so it wants to know what our domain is. So for that, you would say the domain equals, and you put this in parentheses, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that would be my domain. My range is everything that's in the Y column. So 2, 4, 5, and 7. So everything that's in my domain or my X's, that's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3, my range. All my Y coordinates, 2, 4, 5, 7. And it has to be in that order right there. Okay. So, and then after that, you could graph these points. So you could graph 0, 2, 1, 4, 2, 5, and 3, 7. So you could graph all those on a coordinate plane, but I'm not going to do that because example 3 doesn't ask for that. Okay, so whenever it asks you for a domain, you're going to list it out just like this. Whenever it asks you for a range, you'll list it out like that. So your domain is your X coordinate, your range is your Y coordinate. All right, so you guys can go ahead and start your homework. You don't have to do the odds in your textbook. Instead, you can, so let's see here. Instead, under Google Classroom, under Pre-Algebra, go down to the day that says Wednesday, September 16th, which is today. So we just went through the notes section. So you're done with that. And then step 2, homework. So it says 1-4, numbers 1 through 16 all, and word problem practice number 1 through 5 odd. And it says file attached to this post. So click on that file. File will pop up. Get that printed out if you need to. Email me, I can print it for you and you can come pick it up here. Or you can print it out at home. And yeah. So get all that done, 1 through 18 all. Looks like it's actually 1 through 17. I don't see an 18. I need to change that. So 1 through 17 all, and then 1 through 5 odd. Okay. Oh, I said 1 through 16. All right, 1 through 16 all. So you can skip number 17. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I will see you on my next video.